Mm.
Hi, ever wondered what people think about your business or the products you provide? Well, we are here to exactly discuss that. My name is Krishna Sahit, and I'm a master's in business analytics student at Webster University. So, how can we know what people think about our product? Well, let's say you're a owner of an online service provider. So, you provide services through online means, and people rate you, review you, and do all kinds of stuff. So, you can pretty easily know what people think about your data or your business for that matter by just looking at those ratings and reviews. Well, let's take ratings, which is a numerical data, of course. So, that numerical data can be analyzed, can be understood by just having a glance over it. Let's say there's rating points like maybe 4 out of 5, 5 out of 5 as an average rating. So, the average rating that you get is just shows the overall sentiment or overall feeling that people have about your product. So, but there's one more thing, one more kind of review that people post it out there. Like there's a data, but you cannot analyze it, which is a text data, basically comments or reviews, which are in the form of strings or text. Well, you can pretty easily analyze numbers, but it's hard to analyze words. Well, how does one ever analyze words? So that is a problem. So that's where sentiment analysis comes in. Sentiment analysis, as I said earlier, analyzes text, strings, and converts them into numbers on a scale which are easy to actually analyze and maybe run statistical models or regression models or basically anything so that you can easily understand your data. So, what is sentiment analysis and how do we do it? Sentiment analysis, as a broader term, is just numbers or the text converted into numbers for analysis. Let's say you put some keywords out there like good, well received, fast, long lasting. All these are positive comments, positive words. So you define these, and the sentiment analysis software, which is NLP, that we will get into later, but the software picks up on these keywords and rates them on a scale of 1 to 10. Now, the actual question is how do we conduct this sentiment analysis? Well, there's a very good tool or software analysis that's called as NLP, which means natural language processing. Basically, whatever we're talking, like the words that are coming out of my mouth, is called natural language. Whatever physical language it may be, or like English or Spanish, etc. These are all natural human languages. Well, these languages cannot be understood by a computer. They need to be processed for a computer to understand. So a natural languaging processor is what we use to basically analyze text. So this process of NLP aligns with our process of sentiment analysis, which also converts text into numbers or data that can be analyzed. So what do we do? What do we go for? Where do we grow from here? Well, let's say we use this NLP, and there are many various ways to convert text into strings, I mean, into numbers. So, one of them is called a rule based system where you assign keywords to numbers, just as I said earlier. When the software sees words such as good or fastly delivered or very well received, it considers them as a positive comment and gives them a score of maybe 8, 9, 10, whichever we have designated it, whichever we have designated the words for. So, this, but there are cons to this, as everything has, which is this doesn't understand sarcasm. The sarcasm being, well, let's take an example, shall we? Let's say we encountered a comment saying, this service or a product is so good that it lasted a whole hour, which which it was supposed to last for at least a week. The NLP software doesn't get the sarcasm behind the sentence. We as humans, as natural language users, understand that this person or commenter is using sarcasm to describe the frustration that he has over our product, but there are no negative words used for the NLP to actually consider this as a negative comment, and it picks up on the words such as good, and then voila, it converts the word to numbers, being 1, being 10, or any high number. So there's little cons such as that. So where do we go from here? How do we overcome it? We can certainly overcome it by the other technique known as machine learning models. Basically, we train machine learning models by dummy data, giving them loads and loads of dummy data, and train it so hard that when you give an actual review to it, it can predict the actual sentiment behind the video, or I meant the comment. So that's pretty good, right? It can based on the data it has received, it can actually feel the sentiment, or analyze the sentiment that the consumer is giving out, and then analyze it for useful analysis, run through regression models, run through naive Bayes models, various models which you can do after getting numbers. So the whole problem is the text, which should be converted into numbers, and the sentiment analysis does that. So those are the two ways you can do it. But is that all? No, right? There's so much more. And there's also a hybrid model which does both the rule-based system and the sentiment analysis of machine learning models. So where do we go from here? We've acquired the numbers, we've acquired an average score of sentiment, but are there any other ways to do it? Are there any other ways to categorize the data? Well, there's certainly activity-based sentiment analysis, which is also known as ABSA. This ABSA breaks down the comment or a review into activities or entities. Well, let's say there's a comment, this product is so good, but I wasn't fully satisfied. Let's say here the consumer is saying that the product is good, but it wasn't up to the mark that he expected, which shows a neutral to negative sentiment by the consumer. So how do we actually take this? A biased product designer may take that this product is good, and it just didn't meet up the expectations, so he may not improve. He could take just the positive part and leave out the negative part. But an activity based sentiment analysis divides those two activities, one being this product is good and the other being it wasn't up to the mark, and compares those two and gives a single score, which removes emotional bias by designers and gives us a perfect response or sentiment which can describe the frustration or level of expression by the consumer. So how can we actually use these scores or analyses made by sentiment analysis in real life applications? So you can certainly make decisions to improve or deprove, if necessary, your products, and make changes to your decision strategies, such as maybe there's something bad about your product that the consumer found out and he posted it online. You can find a sentiment analysis, do a sentiment analysis if there are more people commenting the same thing, and make changes to that thing. These are very simple but effective decision making tools that enable every businessman to better themselves out. Well, that's it for today. Thank you.